What really happened to Nicola Bulley on that cold January morning? Nicola Bulley, a 45-year-old mother and mortgage advisor from Lancashire, UK, set out for what seemed like a routine morning walk with her dog along the serene banks of the River Wyre. Known for her dedicated professionalism and warm maternal nature, Nicola was an integral part of her community, someone whose sudden disappearance would leave ripples of shock and disbelief. On that fateful day, the crisp air and quiet streets bore no hint of the mystery that would soon unfold. As a devoted mother of two, Nicola's daily routines were well known, and her presence deeply interwoven into the fabric of her family's life. Her disappearance not only created a void in her home but also set off a chain of events that would captivate and confound the nation. This disappearance would soon captivate a nation and puzzle investigators. January 27th, a seemingly ordinary day, turned into a baffling mystery. That morning, Nicola Bulley, a 39-year-old mother of two, followed her usual routine, a testament to the normalcy of the day. She took her daughters to school, her steps brisk with the familiar rhythm of a weekday morning. After dropping them off, she didn't head straight home or to an office. Instead, she ventured to her favored walking route along the river, a place where she often found peace and a moment to herself. The air was crisp, the path familiar and tranquil. Nicola, ever the multitasker, was on a work call, her phone snugly tucked into her pocket as she walked. It was during this serene amble that the ordinary splintered into the unknown. At some point during her walk, something went amiss. A witness later reported seeing her walking her dog by the river, her demeanor calm, nothing amiss. This would be the last confirmed sighting of Nicola. Shortly thereafter, an unsettling discovery was made. Nicola's phone was found on a bench by the riverside, her work call still active, eerily connecting her to a world she had suddenly, inexplicably, vanished from. The dog was found nearby, wandering alone, its leash trailing. With no sign of Nicola, the serene riverside quickly transformed into a major search scene. As the news broke, the search for Nicola intensified. Within hours, local authorities and volunteers converged along the riverbank, an area known for its serene beauty, now the center of a frantic search. The police coordinated with emergency services to comb through the thick undergrowth and slippery slopes that bordered the river. The river itself, typically a peaceful setting, became the focus of an extensive search operation. The current was strong, the water murky, conditions that significantly hampered visibility and made the search efforts all the more challenging. Drones buzzed overhead, their cameras sweeping the landscape, trying to capture any clue that might have been missed at ground level. On the ground, police dogs were brought in, their handlers guiding them through the dense foliage. These trained animals played a crucial role, using their keen sense of smell to search areas that were difficult for human searchers to access. Every rustle in the underbrush, every alert from the dogs, raised hopes that Nicola might be found. As days passed, the community rallied together, their determination fueled by the hope of finding Nicola safe. Flyers with her photo were distributed, social media campaigns were launched, and locals volunteered countless hours, aiding in the search efforts. The unity and resilience displayed were a testament to the impact Nicola had on her community. However, the river and its surroundings posed significant challenges. The changing weather added to the difficulties, with rain causing the river levels to rise and fall unpredictably. This not only affected the search areas but also brought new hazards to the teams and volunteers braving the elements. Despite the use of advanced technology, the expertise of the search teams, and the community's relentless effort, the answers remained elusive. As the search continued, the complexity of the terrain and the vastness of the area only seemed to add layers to the mystery surrounding Nicola's disappearance. Days turned into weeks, but every effort seemed to deepen the mystery. With few clues, theories about Nicola's disappearance began to circulate. In the absence of solid evidence, the community and online sleuths alike started piecing together their own narratives. One prevalent theory suggested accidental drowning. It was thought that Nicola might have slipped into the river while walking her dog, a tragic but plausible explanation given the proximity to water at the scene of her last sighting. On the other hand, some believed in a more sinister scenario, possible abduction. This theory was fueled by reports of unmarked vans seen in the area around the time Nicola went missing. It prompted a fervent discussion about safety and vigilance in small communities, though no substantial evidence supported this theory. Then there was the notion of a planned disappearance. Could Nicola have orchestrated her own vanishing act? This theory pointed to the pressures of modern life and the possibility that she might have wanted a fresh start somewhere new. However, those who knew her best found this hard to believe, citing her strong ties to family and her community. Social media played a double-edged sword in this mystery. While it helped spread information and rallied community support, it also became a breeding ground for speculation and misinformation. Every new post, every shared piece of evidence seemed only to muddy the waters further, drawing amateur detectives into a whirlpool of conjecture. Each theory brought its own set of questions, none leading to concrete answers. The toll on Nicola's family and the local community was immeasurable. As the days turned into weeks with no sign of Nicola, the strain on her loved ones grew exponentially. Her partner, once sharing the joys and daily routines of life with Nicola, found himself grappling with a sudden void, his days now filled with ceaseless worry and the daunting task of explaining to their children why mommy hadn't come home. For the children, the absence of their mother was a confusing and distressing reality. Their once bright and cheerful home turned into a space of endless questions and unshed tears, a daily reminder of the gaping hole in their lives. The family's private agony was compounded by the relentless glare of media coverage. Each new headline, each speculative report felt like a fresh wound, making their private grief a public spectacle. In the community, Nicola's disappearance stirred a profound sense of loss and urgency. Neighbors and strangers alike came together in an incredible display of solidarity. Vigils were organized, with people gathering under the glow of candlelight, holding on to hope and offering support in any way they could. Community halls that usually buzzed with the laughter of children's parties or echoed with the chatter of local gatherings were now filled with somber faces and the quiet murmur of people organizing search parties and information dissemination. Local businesses contributed by putting up flyers and installing banners, all carrying Nicola's face with the words, "Missing." Social media platforms were flooded with posts urging people to come forward with any information, no matter how insignificant it might seem. This collective effort, while heartening, also underscored the pervasiveness of the tragedy, touching lives beyond her immediate family and weaving a tapestry of communal concern and action. Yet, despite these communal waves of support, the heart of the crisis lay within a home where two children waited by the window, hoping each passing car would bring their mother back. In the midst of theories and searches, at the heart remained a family waiting for answers. Months later, the mystery of Nicola Bulley's disappearance remains unsolved. In the weeks and months that have followed, the investigation into Nicola's case has seen both periods of intense activity and frustrating stillness. Despite exhaustive searches by law enforcement and numerous volunteers, no decisive new leads have emerged. The riverbanks and surrounding areas, once the focus of daily combing, now see fewer boots on the ground, but the resolve to find Nicola has not waned. The police continue to appeal to the public for any scrap of information, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant. They've reiterated their commitment to solving this case, emphasizing that all avenues are being explored. The community, bound by a shared sense of loss and determination, still gathers regularly, holding vigils and keeping the conversation alive on social media and local forums. As time passes, the impact of Nicola's disappearance reaches beyond her immediate community. It has sparked a broader discussion about the challenges and complexities of missing persons investigations. Questions about the use of resources, the role of media coverage, and the psychological toll on families and communities have come to the forefront. This case has become a touchstone in understanding how such tragedies are handled and how they affect us all. Moreover, Nicola's story has led to increased awareness and a push for improved methods in search and rescue operations. Innovations in technology and better coordination between agencies are being discussed as essential steps forward. The hope is that these improvements might not only bring resolution to Nicola's case, but also aid in future cases, preventing other families from experiencing this kind of anguish. As the search continues, so does the hope for closure and answers. The question remains, what really happened to Nicola Bulley?